Hey ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, my conscious brothers and sisters, how you all doing? How you all doing? Are you okay though? Just curious if you guys are doing well. It's another bright day, it's another beautiful day. The motivation of the day is I want to speak about the road to success. Understand? Alright? Okay. Firstly, I need you to understand that whatever situation that you were born in, no matter how critical it is, your decisions, your actions, your intentions, your drive, and you're eager to reach your set destination will get you to where you want to be. Regardless of the situation that you are born in, regardless of where you have been, what you have lost, a relationship that has failed, and whatever, you can make it to be the best version of yourself, to reach your financial target, to reach your relationship status that you want, to reach your level of inner peace that you want, to reach your level of confidence you want. It all depends upon your decisions. It all depends upon your work.
In 800 meters, slight right.
Alright, I'll do that. It all depends upon your acknowledgement of your responsibility for you to achieve that. You understand? So I'm saying to you right now, I'm coming to you right now and saying the road of success is not an easy road. It has a lot of downfalls. You're gonna have to be persistent at some point. You're gonna have to learn to hold on to the roller coaster and spin around at some point. Thanks, I'll do so. And at some point, I mean, my point exactly is that success is not easy. It's gonna cost you something. Alright? So for whatever objective that you wanna achieve, you have to put this in consideration that it's not gonna be a smooth ride. It's not gonna be a smooth road where everything's just gonna happen and say this you want, especially when you start from zero. You know, for people who start from 10, 20 or whatever, trying to reach 100, it's not so bad. But when you were born in a disadvantaged environment, when you were born in a place at which you didn't have much resources, when you were born in an environment at which there was no acknowledgement for what you wanted to achieve, and you were not getting enough proper support, you're gonna have to start from zero. You're gonna have to start far away from other people who have started. Understand? But that doesn't mean you're never gonna make it though. It basically means it might take you a little bit of more time than it will for other people. You understand? So I want to speak to you right now today, and I want to say, I know some of you have a target of I want to be a millionaire one day, that you want to have financial freedom, that you want to afford life. You don't want to survive, you want to afford life. You want to, you know, travel the world. You want to do certain things. Your life will rise as far above as your imagination allows you to be. You understand? The visions that you have for yourself, the things that you visualize in your mindset, the things that you continue to think about becomes the targets for your life to reach. You understand? So I'm saying, if right now you've been limiting yourself, you've been looking down on yourself, and you were not treating yourself with a standard to believe that there are certain high levels that you can reach, understand that your attitude will be the problem in the process. Your mindset will be the problem in the process. That's what is crippling you to get where you're trying to go. Understand? There was a time, I would say, I'll just use me as an example, right? There was a time when my dad died when I was around, I think 8 years or 9 years, somewhere there, right? And my mom went from being a businesswoman to being a domestic worker. You can really picture the switch up. And I went from a kid who had everything around the age of 8 to the kid who has nothing around the age of 12. So in my progression in my teenagehood, there was a rough patch. And I would say that nobody saw me being anything better than what I am right now, what I was then. You understand? So it was a question of, do I have the capabilities to create the reality that I want to see? Do I have the capability to stand in a position to grow bigger than my current circumstances? You understand? So I had to invest more time in education because at that moment that was the only window that I could see out of poverty. You understand? out of poverty. You understand? So what I'm saying is that knowledge is power. If you don't know much, you can never do much because you don't know much. But if you seek knowledge, you can at least have a little bit of window or where you can find an exit out of your problems. Understand? I'm not saying that I've reached the ultimate peak, but I'm saying things have changed to be better now. Understand? I do take pride in it, even if some people will criticize and say you're always telling us that you're an engineer. I do take pride in it because of what it costed me to be able to get where I am right now. All right, and I'm not saying I'm not facing any challenges. I am facing challenges right now. Like right now, as a motivational speaker, Corona hit, and I couldn't go to events. I couldn't make money. I couldn't talk to anyone unless I had to go live as I am live right now. You understand? There's always a challenge somewhere, right? But you just have to figure out your way. You just have to find your way to just help yourself to get where you want to go. So success will cost you something. If you think success is a smooth road where you just want to say, I want to be successful and be, you got to think twice about it. You have to think twice. You have to think thrice about it. You understand? So let me teach you. I want to teach you something about being able to attain success and be able to keep it. One thing for sure, you need a certain character for you to get where you're trying to be. Understand? If you are trying, let's put it this way. Let's say you wake up every morning you work in a retail shop. Let's say you wake up every single morning and you go there and you feel like the management of this shop is very poor. I wish I was the manager here. I could really do amazing things here, right? And it's something that is placed inside of you. It's a drive, it's an encouragement, it's a spirit, it's whatever that says I can do better than this. That's the same character that I'm talking about. That says, even if in your dreams, when you say I'm gonna write a book and I'm gonna be an author one day, and my book is gonna reach 1 million people or it's gonna reach certain people, right? It's a drive. It's a certain character that you have built. It's a certain attitude that you have about yourself. You understand? And that's what it takes to be successful. Because of that light is the one that keeps you going when it's very dark. When it's very dull and you feel like, okay, I'm about to give up it, and you feel like I've reached the peak, the pain is just too high. That's the drive. The reason behind what you do will become enough for you to continue doing even if you don't feel like it. You understand? So what I'm saying right now, if you want to be successful, you have to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally and understand that it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you sleepless nights. It's going to cost you a lot of things. But you have to take in consideration that if it's worth it, if it's what you wanted, then pay the price. Pay the price of being successful. Like right now, I'm live. It is a lot of data to be live, but I have still touched lives. So you know what? It's a cost that I have to pay. You understand? So success will cost you something. Success will cost you friends. Success will, if you want to be successful, your road of you being successful will not include too many people, because of you need certain people with certain characters for you to be able to fulfill what you're trying to fulfill. And if anybody is not aligned with what you're trying to achieve or what you're trying to be, right? Ultimately, at some point, you'll fall off. Don't question why did they fall off. Be grateful, because of its progress for you. Nothing's gonna hold you back for you to get the way you're trying to go. You understand? So I'm talking to you, my brother. I'm talking to you, my sister, and I'm saying your success is just placed in your drive. Your success is just placed in your inner being. If you are looking for success, stop looking in from the outside. Look from the inside. You understand? Because that's where the source is. That's where the drive is. Somebody was asking me a question and saying, "Bruh, you write the best poems. I hear from your poems." Right? I was like, "Oh, thank you, man. It's a great gift that God has given me." Right? And he was like, "But how do you do it?" I was like, "Bro, everything it's sourced from internally. It's not from the outside. So that's why the source never runs out. You understand? It comes from internal. I feed my mind. I feed my emotions. And when now my mind and my emotions have to be productive, they come with beautiful poems. You understand? This doesn't depend on anything on the outside of me. That's where the drive for success is. Because of even if I don't feel like writing, there's always going to be an inspiration somewhere that's going to pop and say, "Simon, it's time to write." And I'm going to write. You understand? So I'm saying it's important to look at yourself with a bigger drive from internally. You understand? For you to be able to attain the success that you need for yourself. You understand? So it's gonna cost you something. It's gonna cost you something. As we speak, I'm gonna drive almost about 4 or 5 hours to get home, right? I was in Nelspruit somewhere, and I also had to go through Bushbuck Ridge and whatever, and I had to work. I'm an engineer, I have to fix medical equipment in hospitals. It is costing me time, but it's worth it, because at the end of the day, I wake up every single morning to do what I want to do. You understand? So I'm saying success. Don't just look at the few of us that look successful. No, don't just look at us that with that eyes of, oh, they have things easy. No. Success is gonna cost you something. Success is gonna make you sleep at 11 at night, or 12 at night, or 1 a.m. in the morning. You understand? It's gonna cost you something. Just be willing to pay the price. Just be willing to grow. Just be willing to experience things you never experienced before. Stop living in your comfort zone. You understand? One of the reasons that most people are dying in depression is because of they feel like they're not progressing in who they wanna become. You understand? But the question is, are they making the efforts to become who they wanna become? You understand? As a spiritual person, as somebody who is very gifted in spirituality, you understand? I learned to understand myself on a deeper core. I learned to understand myself on an intuitional level. I learned to understand myself at the level at which nobody can source me and only me can go that deep. Because I understood at some point that there is more power inside of me than there is in the world. Because of the world can only see what I can produce from internal. Understand? I can produce from internal. But if you understand your self-identity, you understand yourself, you understand that we define life from internally. We don't define life from outside. This is what causes depression for most people, is that they think, oh, he bought a red car, so I don't think I'll ever buy a car. You have referenced yourself to something that is outside of you. But if you went like, I am a hard worker, I am pretty smart, I am good at doing this, I can buy this red car at some point. The source, the power was from internal, and it was from a higher level. You understand? So I'm talking to you, my brother, and I know you listening. I know you listening. So I'm talking to you. If you wanna be successful, if you wanna be a powerful person, if you wanna be an extraordinary person that is above almost normal, typical people, you're gonna have to live life at a certain standard of living. You understand? And that's gonna require a little bit more effort, because that's what cuts the deal of you wanna be great. Most people are just stuck in a small life, a small-minded life, just because of they are just afraid they should go above the box. You understand? There are certain limitations that comes with how we were raised. From since you were born, you cried for everything that you want. Give me the banana! And all of a sudden you grew up, and it's like you didn't know what you wanted anymore. It's like you got bossed around. It's just like you got emotionally abused, and all of a sudden you lost the drive, you lost the thing to strive for what you want, to fight. You used to scratch when you were a baby. I want this, you used to, but now as you grew up, that thing died. That fire of you knowing what you wanted and how you wanted died. And I don't know why, but I'm talking to you right now. Never stop going after what you want. Never stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Yay, don't stop. If it's really what you wanted, if that's what your life was supposed to be like, never stop. Ultimately, one day you're gonna stand up. You know how lions do after they win a fight, or they win a battle, or they win whatever. They stand on top of a rock and roar, and like roar for some certain time. You understand? But at the process, at the way they were still fighting, it was hurting, it was painful, it was not that easy. You understand? There were scratches going on, there were nails, there were bites, there were whatever. At the end, when they ultimately bleeding and they have a victory, they go on top of a mountain and go like, ah, meaning I won. So it's success, bro. Something's gonna happen at some point. Somebody's gonna hurt you at some point. Someone's gonna disappoint you at some point. Someone's gonna promise you something you never pitch. Someone's gonna tell you to wait for them and never come. You understand? Someone's gonna tell you, oh, I like your deal, this is a very nice idea, and go duplicate it and do it somewhere else. Someone is gonna mistreat you at some point. Your relationship is not gonna work out. Somebody's just gonna do something at some point. Understand? But you still have to fight for yourself. You still have to fight for what you want. You still have to find what you need. You understand? For you to progress and become what you want to become. I hope you're listening, bro. This is powerful. It's powerful. You know what I like about some of these things is that when I start speaking, it's only just not me speaking. God speaks too. So I'm saying, through the drama, through the trouble that you go through into achieving everything that you want to achieve, understand that it will take a little bit of time and it will take a lot of effort. If you're in university, probably you know the pain of just trying to fight for your dream, trying to fight for your life, trying to fight for it. Because in university is not easy. You fight starvation, you fight being hungry, you fight doing this, you fight. There are a lot of things that there are a lot of battles that you fight. Everybody in this world is fighting something that you maybe don't know about. So I'm telling you to right now that acknowledge the fact that you need God, acknowledge the fact that you need yourself, acknowledge the fact that you are supposed to be great and it's your responsibility to be. And when you finally reach the ultimate top, right, roll like a lion. I believe in you.